can't know that you want to marry her. That's why I always say this. Men, you need to affirm your women. As surety. The reason why you're going to be patient, she's like, now see the way I am looking. Me and this one, there's no way it's going. He has to marry me. You see what I'm saying? He has to marry me.
All right, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing and how is your Saturday, man? Well, my name is MC Shugga, the King of Hearts, right here on Magic1 TV, and we are talking love. The show is the glory of love. We're going to be talking so much today. Well, this is when I want to drop you a word of wisdom that I read from Martin Luther King. He says that there's no relationship more lovely, sweeter, more relatable than that of marriage, you know. You could be dating someone for so many years, but eventually, if you don't get married, you have not even tasted the sweetness of that relationship at all. So for us here, we're fighting the battle to make sure you guys relate till marriage. We want it to end in church. So if you're in a relationship right now, maybe you are thinking of leaving, please don't run away yet. We are yet to find out if there are things that we can do as a team to make sure you stick in right there. Meanwhile, I would really want to know from you guys as well, why are relationships today not lasting? Why are they ending abruptly from nowhere? What is the problem? What is the cause? It is the 21st century. What is happening? Well, question to be answered later on. Well, right now on my set already I have my guest, and I'm going to count on her for expertise as far as this topic is concerned, but we shall be discussing this back to back with you guys who are on the show. For now, let's allow her introduce herself and then we dig into this.
Hello guys, I'm so glad to be here. I am called Odetta, that's my name, and I'm really so excited about everything we are going to talk about, so keep tuned because you have a lot we are going to share.
Okay, I've heard this name for the first time. Actually, I was worried. I didn't want to say it myself. I hate mentioning people's names the wrong way.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of your name? Have you ever bothered to find out?
Oh, really? Odetta is my husband's name. I'm actually married. That's my husband's name. And yeah, I really don't know the meaning, but one thing I know, most of them really have the Odetta name. It was a name their uncle had, and it was given to him. But my name is actually among him.
Okay.
My birth name is among in Petwa. So yeah, that's
Odetta is from which tribe?
He's Mteso. I'm also from there.
Oh,
we're people from the east.
Okay. Biai Bojo.
Yeah, Biai Bojo, Ejokuna. Yeah, that's how there's different ways to say it.
I've had a Mteso girlfriend before, and it just didn't end well. But I really wanted to, settle in the other side, but it's all good. Yeah, all right, you're most welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
We've struggled to meet and do this. We've always had interruptions here and there, but at least today, God willing, we are right here. Okay, talking about my topic today, I keep wondering and asking myself, why are most relationships ending abruptly? Why don't they last? Because when you flash back in time, it looked like families were so much involved as far as relationships are concerned. I don't know if it could be one of the reasons, but let's begin it from the playing ground. And good enough, you are married, and probably your story has a lot to do with people getting to understand how to make a relationship really work out.
Yeah. So, there's so many reasons right now relationships are not working in this generation. There's just, I can't even begin, but I think one of the things I can start with is people don't have a relationship with God. I want to start with that because for me, my relationship with God is what has helped me in my marriage right now. People take things for granted and that relationship with God for granted. I want to give an example. Today, it's very easy for people to just go to church and say their vows, and then maybe after 2 months, they don't really care because they are not really mindful of what those vows mean and God being involved in it. So the fear of God is not in us. So for that reason, if you don't fear God seriously, how are you going to even respect the relationship that you have?
First, wait, how do we attach value to these vows as far as the relationship with God is concerned? Because maybe that is where we should begin digging in from. Because one thing I know with this generation, you talked about generation, people only take pride in being taken to church. The lady will be like, I want you to wed me, and I think all she values is take me to church, let my family see that.
No, actually, the weddings nowadays are the biggest projects people have, and you find that weddings, actually people are so prepared for the wedding, like more than they are prepared for the what? For the
marriage.
You see, so, but I think it starts with just knowing who God is, because I would advise people to first know what they want in a marriage. First understand what is marriage all about. You know, try to learn each other. There's a lot of rush and excitement that we have, that it's about the glamour, it's about the dress, it's about what people say, I want us to be married. But marriage is beyond just, you know, going to church, and the marriage starts after you say I do. The real marriage starts, because you think you know someone until you've said I do. It becomes a new setting altogether. It's a new environment altogether. There's a lot that happens. So if our generation, if we really took seriously, by the time I'm going to make these vows in front of God, I should be taking this seriously. And everything that God is involved in, if you set your mind into it, it will always work. But it's like, it's more of the excitement than it's, people don't care. And not to be religious, I feel like because we don't take this seriously, the devil easily attacks our relationships. Because if you're not really concentrated and you're like, God, I want you in this marriage, it's going to fail, because the one thing that we should all know, that the devil hates marriage.
All right, you're going to allow me to take you back a little bit. You've talked about a couple of things right there. Let me take you back to the point where people are only, you know, thinking about the glamour, the pride of, he took me to church. Who should be blamed at this point? Let's look at all the stakeholders now. Other than just the couple, I'm looking at family, I'm looking at the society. Is there someone specific that we can point fingers at this stage?
Okay, you see, a relationship starts with two people. The male, the female, the woman, and the man. It's very hard to actually make others be accountable for, you know, your reasons for getting married. If we are really to be straight here, there's so many young kids whose parents have been like, don't marry that man, and they rejected the advice. Today, people don't even care to go for counseling. People don't care to, maybe if you have spiritual parents, to go and say, oh, I'm marrying this man. So you can't really blame these people. The responsibility is towards these two individuals. Maybe I would only blame parents if this couple was really young. If they are young people, maybe that you'd be like, oh, parents, you should have come in and said, wait a little bit, you're still young. But if we are talking about mature people, they are accountable for their actions. By the time you go to the altar, you people have already talked about it. So this is the time people are supposed to sit and negotiate and say, oh, do you think we are ready? If you're not ready, don't be in a rush to crash. So I think two individuals who are grown up are really responsible. No one is responsible for your actions.
What is marriage about?
For me, I see marriage as companionship, friendship, the ability to just show each other grace. Marriage is a gift that God has given us. I see it as a gift. And when I talk about a gift, it's something that has not just started now. It has started way back. And it's a gift in a way that most of us children have come from, you know, marriage. Yes. And you know, when you come from a house that is beautiful, a marriage where your parents are loving and there's a togetherness, you see the children that come out of marriage. Marriage is supposed to be a setting of individuals who choose to be with each other. That means they are able to raise their kids, they're able to hold each other's hands, they're able to partner together, because at the end of the day, you need a friend, someone that you know that you can rely on. Marriage is wide. So many people can say different things about marriage, but for me, one thing that I've taken from marriage is that it's a partnership.
I've just loved the way she's breaking it down. I hope you get to understand this better. But I know there are so many of you who are watching us right now, and probably you're not yet married, but you are in this relationship. Others are still single, hoping to get someone that they will, you know, be in position to make companionship with. We're going to slide to your side a little bit when we return, but allow us to take a breather. The big question I want to ask is now, most times, yes, as far as marriage is concerned, actually that is the biggest downfall. Like when a couple that went to church and made this official, eventually, you know, rips things apart, they break up and everyone walks their separate ways. That is the biggest pain. You would have given the devil a win, which is not necessary at all. But then there are those of you who are, dating, probably already cohabiting, and before this relationship ripens into marriage, boom, someone is like, I'm calling it quits, I'm tired, I'm getting bored. What are some of the reasons why you get bored along the way? Why are you getting tired along the way? We find out just in a bit. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still the glory of love. Yes, I still have a beautiful Petra right here with me on set, and I love the fact that she's bringing in the godly bit of it. I was actually listening to a sermon this very morning where this pastor was talking about how God has created all of us and given us a dream that must come true. But we all fail along the way because of one thing. He talked about character.
Yeah.
So this is when I want to ask, drawing you back to those relationships that are still tender, these guys are just dating, they're getting to know each other, but from nowhere, they stop seeing each other, they are tired. Like, how do you get tired in just 1 year? Like 3 months, you're tired of each other. What is happening? Does it have something to do with character, or it's way beyond?
Are we talking about marriage or just a relationship?
Now I'm talking about relationship. We shall go back to marriage a little bit later.
Okay. So, you see, you have to be intentional when it comes to relationships. And that's one thing that we don't have in this generation. People are not intentional. And people think they have options.
Okay.
You know, they have options. I can choose from this one. If I'm tired, I can choose from I can take in another person and start a relationship. But that's not how it's supposed to be. We need to learn how to make a choice. Make a choice and stick with a choice. So many young people are right now hurt because hurt people hurt people. So you find that because this person was broken, someone just decided to walk away. When they meet another person, they also hurt that person because they don't even have time to heal. So you can't say you're bored of a relationship if you're really someone who is intentional about that relationship. So I urge, maybe if you're out there, that make sure that when you meet someone, try to know exactly what you want. Be honest with yourself. Most of the reasons why people get even bored is because they're not honest. They saw a beautiful girl and they rushed. Just take a moment and think, behind this beauty, what is there?
What is there?
You see, so you get into the relationship and you're like, no, character comes. She just says all the wrong things. She's disrespectful. And then the next thing, getting bored in a relationship it comes with character, but it also comes when you realize that the person that you're dating is not the person you expected. But also there's this. People get bored because people are excited when it comes to chemistry. Shugga, me and you are chemistries, we connect. So when it comes to chemistry, it's about the season, the atmosphere, what's going on. So when it comes to chemistry, a person can have chemistry with 5 people. That's just, he's a happy person. But we need to focus on compatibility. Because when you're compatible with someone, you just share the same things. You love the same things, you enjoy doing the same things. Your values, your beliefs are the same.
Yeah.
So you find it's very hard for you to get bored. So don't go for the chemistry. Yeah, it's good to have chemistry, but chemistry really dies off. So I think that's very important.
Well, somewhere you've talked about hurt people, and I'm now imagining a chain link of so many people who have been hurt in different relationships, and they're going on and keeping on hurting others and others. How do we break this chain?
I think it starts with self-love. You see, self-love means you're going to care about yourself so much that you're not going to allow people to just come in and just walk away. You're going to take time before you even give people your time. See, the thing is, most of us are not healing. Self-love means let me heal. Let me just have time to let go completely of this person, so that when I go to the next person, I can be able to love them, or I will be able to attract the right people and be able to keep them. Okay. But if you don't have self-love, you're always going to rush because it feels like you're needy.
Do you mind painting me a picture of a healing process?
Healing process, just focusing on yourself. Take time, focus on yourself. Healing process is you taking time and saying, okay, where did I go wrong? Most times we don't actually want to point a finger on ourselves. It's always the other person.
Yes.
Take time and ask, where did I go wrong? What do I need to change so that if I go to the next relationship, the same mistakes don't have to happen? Where did I compromise? And where can how can I change myself? That is a journey of healing. And just like I said, take care of yourself. Take time to just do the things you love, because when your self-esteem is high, you realize that you really know what you want in life. Most of us get hurt and don't heal because we compromise and just go for the lowest of things.
Well, we're talking about so many things here, and I'm very sure maybe if you just joined the show right now, you are in utter confusion simply because you don't know where we drew all this from. All you gotta do is you'll check us out on YouTube. If you're actually watching the show from YouTube, don't forget to leave us a comment and probably, yes, follow all through. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that. Now, there's always, they say even in the middle of agony or whatsoever, there's always something that can easily make you laugh. Now, this is when I want to ask you, what was that pettiest reason that someone gave for leaving you? Like someone just walked away on you saying that, for you, this and this, I cannot handle this. There's a friend who told me that the guy told her that he's just tired. He just woke up in the morning and was like, you know what? Let's be friends. Seriously? After spending over almost 10 years, these were like 8 years wasted from nowhere. Let's be friends. Why didn't you stick to be friends? Actually, I've seen girls who say, no, we can't have a relationship. Let's just be friends. And the guy fights tooth and nail. I want us, no, I just can't be friends. Don't friend zone me. Now she has given you a chance. And there you go. Let's just be friends. You tried this in my area called men. She'll go for her brothers. They'll come and beat you up. All right. Before we take another break, one other thing I would like to find out from relationships other than marriage. We're going to go back to marriage because that is where I want us to put our emphasis. Now, these relationships that have been there for some time and are almost getting to that point, there's a time when guys say they feel pressured. That when you stay long in a relationship with a girl, say for example 5 years and above, she eventually introduces you to her family. The family begins to exert pressure, saying, when is he coming to see us? What is going on? When is he making things official? Saying those are some of the reasons as to why they feel the pressure has come too soon, that forces them to step back and feel like these guys are putting me on too much pressure. What is going on?
5 years, Shugga. 5 years, that's a long time for you to know what you want. That's a long time for you to know what you want. You see, when it comes to pressure, it depends. Their parents, you're seeing your daughter is not married to this man, but she's having kids for him. Why would you not pressure such a man? No, you will have to marry the girl because, like I told you, people have options. And, your body changes. So much happens. And these parents and the girl, they begin to feel threatened. That's why you see the pressure comes in. But also, I think if you know your person, you know your person. You see, most of the people are like, oh, I can't marry you, and they keep postponing. They're not sure they want to be with you. Let me give an example. Me and my husband, for some reason, when he met me, he told me, I want to marry you.
That's a man.
That's a man. And it was so scary. I was like, in this time and era,
you felt it was too soon?
I was like, this guy is so sure. And that's what women want. And if it's maybe the financial bit of it, it is okay. Talk about it. Go to the parents and say, oh, I don't think I'm able. Because I also know of parents who exaggerate.
Yes.
They make it a big thing. They're asking for a lot. And the young man maybe doesn't really have enough to, to provide for the function.
Yes.
And girls of today, they want the nails,
fancy
stuff. So if that's the problem, then it's okay. Sit down, talk to your woman, go to the parents and see how you can negotiate. But at least let her know that you want to marry her. That's why I always say this. Men, you need to affirm your women. As surety. The reason why you're going to be patient, she's like, now see the way I am looking. Me and this one, there's no way it's going. He has to marry me. You see what I'm saying? He has to marry me. After 3 kids, you have not married me. So that's the thing. If you have any reason to say you don't want to be with someone and you've wasted their time, that is really, really not it's absurd. You've wasted this woman's life, and so many girls right now are actually going through a lot because you decided to just, have kids with this man, or just ignore all the other guys because this is the man you wanted. But make sure there is an assurance.
Well, I know there are some of you who are feeling pressured. Let's breathe more, yeah? Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to find out from her whether there are some polite methods that a woman can use to push her man without pressure exerted towards officiating things, going to visit her family, check them out and make things official. It's now almost, I don't know, I'm not even counting years. Mulimu bana basatu, bana bana, and nobody is saying nothing. And it seems the man is too comfortable, and you're also fearing to begin the conversation. So muliao kat nawe wabirekera mutonzi mbuya asalawo. Let's come back. Why I'm laughing is behind the cameras we're just trying to talk about whether there's really a polite. It seems there's none. From our discussion, it seems there's none. So what do we do to make sure this guy doesn't feel pressured but he makes things official?
No, first of all, if a man is dating your daughter, let him be family. I think the mistake most parents do is make these boys feel like, oh, I'm doing you a favor, I'm marrying my what? My daughter. Make this young man feel like family, so that he can open up and feel at home and say, okay, you know what, Muse, I think I have a shortage here. Some of these boys are orphans. Make him feel at home. I think that's the one of the things that you do. And also as a woman, some of us, men are not marrying you because you've already showed all your cards. Why would I marry a woman that is not respectful, a woman who just says whatever she wants to say whenever she wants to say? Even nowadays, there are men are strategic. They want a career woman, whereas we are there saying, oh, 50-50. Some men want you to have a career. So if you're not going to be someone who's trying to do something, or just your IQ, you're intelligent. When he sees the things, you find that he's now finding a way to walk away. But all you have to do is be the best, be your best self as a woman, But I would not encourage you to be a wife before you're married to this man.
Okay.
But show him that if you married me, I'll be the best.
I can give you more.
I can give you more.
Okay. And now this is when I want to ask, because, let's leave those that are just in those relationships apart and talk about someone who is now married already. Some of them think because we are talking about people breaking up before they officially get married, them who are already married, they have the ring, they went to church, they exchange their vows, they're actually safe. We've seen relationships end from nowhere after, flowers or blah, blah, blah and all that. What is the guarantee, or what can someone do to guarantee the lasting of their relationship even after church?
Okay. I think one thing that we need to ensure when we're in a relationship, we have to ensure that you're not comfy. Some of us get comfortable after marriage. As women, mostly women, because you now think you're dating your man, you're like, what, this is my man, I'm not going to do anything else. You feel you have arrived. Yet, actually, before marriage, you're supposed to work on yourself, and even after marriage, you continue working on yourself. Make sure you keep pursuing that person. Keep pursuing your partner. It goes vice versa, because to be with someone is making sure that you're going to fight for him daily. And fighting for him daily is just know their love languages. Just know that they are happy. Check on them. That's one thing. But some people get just comfy. I mean, they don't go out for dates. There's just so much comfort, and comfort has really destroyed relationships. If you're a girl and you meet your man and you love doing makeup and you just love looking good, continue looking good for your man. The same thing with a man. If you were a provider, continue providing for what? for your man, for your woman. And then also the other thing is, I think that will keep your relationship. For me, by the way, I am really, really, really someone who really loves the thing about submission and leadership. You see, when we talk about leadership, that is something that is lacking now, because we have seen men compete with women. But men are supposed to lead. If you marry a man who is leading you, your woman will easily submit to you. But leadership is big. Leadership is you being able to initiate conversations. Leadership is you being able to talk about finances with your wife. You see, the thing where there are families that are struggling when it comes to finances, but there are families where a man sits down with the wife and they negotiate when it comes to finances, and they don't have what? They don't have issues, because finance, first of all, number one, is one of the reasons people actually break up. But if you have that settled, you people will be very peaceful. The other thing is the ability to have God in your relationship as a foundation is one of the most important things. The fear of God enables you to think twice before you hurt your partner. You know, because you fear God, you'll always be just careful when it comes to the person you love. But we don't have the fear of God. You see, we don't have the fear of God because it should be reflected in us. And when you have the fear of God and the love of God in you, you find that you have a lot of love to give. So many of us are searching for love outside because we want someone to fill us with love, yet the love of God is something that you can transfer to another person.
I think I'm going to have to ask you to come back and we have a deeper discussion of this whole aspect because most people think when we talk about involving God, it means simanya being religious, being word, being so prayerful. You should be in church 24/7, but that's not the case. Now, you're going to allow me in the interest of time to close this show at this point. Probably, I just want my guests to give you one take home, like one thing for that will cut across those who are in relationships and those who are married, and then we close it up.
Be intentional. Be intentional when you starting a relationship. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest about what you want in a relationship, and after getting that, just be honest, because you can only keep the people that you attract. You see, so if you're not honest with yourself and you're trying to be a different person, that's exactly who you're going to attract. So just be honest and intentional when starting a relationship.
All right, thank you so much, and probably you can send some shout outs to 2-3 people.
Okay, definitely. I'm sending my shout outs to my husband. I love you, babe, and thank you so much for being like the most amazing husband. And also to my parents, both my in-laws and my mom, that I love you guys so much. Yeah, that's all.
All right, thank you guys too for watching the show, and of course we shall be right back next Saturday. Don't dare touch your remote because Magic1 TV, we still have so much coming up for you. I love you guys so much. I still remain MC Shugga, the King of Hearts. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials.